What's going on, good people? Okay, first off, let me be real honest with you. This is my second time recording this. I just recorded 20 minutes and the doggone sound was not on. So, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this, but it's all good. You just keep on trucking. That's why I'm smiling so hard because I'm actually laughing at myself. I mean, hilarious. Anyway, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. This is E. Diddy, Erica, at Hips for Love on Twitter. Yes, I'm a big supporter of Geechee Girl TM. Wink, wink. Yes, a very big supporter of Geechee Girl Incorporated on Twitter. And normally, Talk to Me Tuesday is done through Geechee Girl TM. Well, tonight, and more than likely every other week following this, Talk to Me Tuesday will be done by yours truly, Hips for Love. That's at HIPS for LOVE. The history of Talk to Me Tuesday is basically just things that happen to us as life goes on. You know, life just writes its own script, and you share it, you reflect. You should always reflect. That's why I do it. It helps me to reflect and not to repeat mistakes, to pick up on clues that, God whispers to us, things that, you should pay attention to, and sometimes we ignore it. But this helps me to reflect and pick up on those whispers and those lessons that are there for us. And it's for anybody. A lot of us have a lot of the same things going on, and you are like, oh, I was going through that same thing, and automatically you bond and you feel a little bit better about talking about your situation. So this is why I do it. Where did the name Hips for Love come from? That's going to kind of explain what my conversation is about tonight. Hips for Love, people that know me know that my hips are very noticeable, and that's okay. I'm comfortable with that, but that was a long time coming. Um, Hips for Love, the number four. Of course, the different things: physical, mental, spiritual, and also I like to think of career as the fourth column, because you got to have something in your life that you're working with and working for to produce. The old saying go, you want to eat, let's work. You don't work, you don't eat. So yeah, career is that fourth pillar for me, and love. Um, Tonight's inspiration for Talk to Me Tuesday is coming from some deep type things that people are like, well, why is she smiling talking about that? But it's a breakthrough for me that I'm actually able to smile while I talk about it. um, Back in 1990 some, just kidding, I'm 40 years old and proud of it, but back in mid 90s, no, late 90s, early 2000s, whenever it was, I came up with the name Hips for Love because I wanted people to understand why they needed to handle me a certain way. Some people thought that Hips for Love was about, some kind of escort service. Not. No, no, thank you. Um, Hips for Love means that my hips are not for sale. I'm not a sex object. I'm not a piece of meat. You are going to love me. And that also applies to me too. Self love. I mean, it's so easy for us to say these things, just say no, stay in school, don't love nobody who don't love yourself. And how can you love, yourself if you don't, how can you expect somebody else to love you if you don't love yourself? All of that good stuff. And how many people still have issues? Yes, that I would be one. Raise your hand. Yeah, you over there, you raise your hand too. But you know, it's easier said than done, especially when you have some things in the past that affect how you feel about uh, things going on in your life. Our past and our pain and everything else that we can't predict happening to us affects the way that we translate things. Something said to one person can be taken completely out of context because of their past experiences. Um, Not saying that that's wrong. It's just the state of the matter. Tonight is about progression. Okay, progressing on to bigger and better things, onward and upward. Refusing to be a victim. Um, and why do I say that? Hips for Love came from me beginning my fight to get my self worth back because I have been molested. I mean, it's right there in my bio on Twitter. You know, I'm a survivor, not a victim. I've been victimized, but I'm a survivor. And with that perception, that change in your thought process, you begin to do things a little bit differently. Now, I'm not going to be messy and get into details about who and where and all of this stuff about the molestation because, quite frankly, that is going to subject some innocent bystanders to a lot of pain that they should not be subjected to, not in this format. No, you'll never get that from me, okay? I don't get down like that. No mess here. Um, but I will talk about it in a way that's going to help to heal me. I have people who are very, very close to me who are concerned about me, and I wouldn't do that to them either. So um, let's just leave it at the fact that I was molested at a very young age, and it happened more than once. We're going to leave it at that. Um, the issue here is the effects of molestation. We've heard about it. I'm just telling my story. I felt violated. I felt confused. There was a trust issue with any and everybody. Um, and also, it just seeps into all of your future relationships, not just romantic relationships, but friendly wise, just completely platonic. You are confused as to how to trust people because you don't know if there's an ulterior motive or whatever it may be. And, that after a while causes you to become stuck. Um, you're hesitant to seek out any type of bond with anybody because you may think that there's no way in the world that they're going to treat you right. There's a question of your self-worth. Yeah, I said it. Question of self-worth. There's plenty of people. I know my worth. Okay. Well, strange for you. But there are people like me who, no fault of our own, had things to happen and confused us. I'm just going to speak for me. Confused me. And I wasn't exactly sure how to find my self-worth or if I was allowed to have self-worth, that type thing. This being stuck, first of all, being stuck is not a death sentence. Okay, let's get that straight. If you think about a car stuck in the mud, that doesn't mean it's not a car and it doesn't work anymore. You get in there and you spin them tires and you get people to help me get this car out the mud so I can go on with the rest of my journey. Being stuck is not the death sentence. Staying stuck is. You get stuck in the mud and you be like, oh, well, it was fun while it lasted, and you walk away. I'm sorry, but I'm not balling like that. I don't have, cars to just, oh, it got stuck in the mud and go on to the next thing. And even if I was in a financial situation to do that, that's irresponsible. Your responsibility is to get unstuck. You surround yourself with people who, when they see you in the mud, they are doing their best as their friendly duty to you, to come along and help push you out of the mud. And they might get some mud on them, but they don't care because they know that the end result is that everybody is free and clear of the mud. And you have to be careful because there are some people who may look like they are helping to push you out of the mud, but they're actually dragging you through the mud. I'll let you evaluate your own circle. I've already evaluated mine and politely plucked each last one of them out. I know there's probably some who may be still hidden, and that's okay, but I know that I have the power within me to straighten it out. But anyway, back to the mud. Not to stay, because we don't stay stuck, but staying stuck is really where the death sentence is. you think about a butterfly, that's the common example that people think about. A caterpillar is not cute. Sorry to all of the bug lovers out there, but in my opinion, caterpillar ain't all that sexy, okay? I used to actually catch little caterpillars when I was in elementary school and just look at them, because I knew they wouldn't bite me. Um, at least I thought they didn't bite me. And I would just let them crawl in the palm of my hand. And you know, no, just amazed that something like that could actually turn into a beautiful butterfly. And of course, it goes into a cocoon and it's stuck there for a certain time frame. It's got to be stuck there for the important change to take place. It's got to be still, and it's got to be away from everything else, whether it's stuck in that misery or it's stuck. I don't know if the caterpillar like being in that tight behind cocoon. Who knows? I don't know. Somebody know, let me know that. But anyway, being stuck there, they don't stay there, because when it is time, they emerge from it, beautiful colorful wings, and just float it with such grace through the air. So being stuck is not the death sentence. um Staying stuck is. And going through that stuck phase allows us to be a blessing. How, you say? I was in Charleston at Azalea Drive Church of Christ, and the minister there talked about pain being the gift that nobody wants. And I said, okay, where's he going with this? And when he thought about it, I mean, we already know that, you don't know what's good until you've been through the bad, and you don't know what's bad until you've been through the good, something along that line. You all know what I'm trying to say. You don't know what good is until you've been through the bad part, and we all know that. But the flip side of that is, when people are going through something, the pain that you've experienced now allows you to empathize and to be a support system for them, because quite frankly, it is our responsibility to be a blessing to the next person. Don't keep it all to yourself. There's a reason why you go through all of this stuff. There's a reason why we experience things that'll bring us down to our knees crying, because now when we emerge and we get back up, we're able to be a support system to the next person and let them know, look, first of all, look at me. I'm still standing. I'm not saying that what you're going through is not important, but I'm letting you know that what you're going through is not going to take you out of here. And I'm here for you. Okay? That pain allows you to help somebody understand that there is an after. I mean, let's think about it for a second. How many of y'all have ever been through something and you have somebody try to come along? They mean well. And they try to comfort you, but they have no clue how to do it because they've never been through anything you've been experiencing. And it's kind of frustrating because you want to be like, you don't understand, that type thing. And even, especially, I was in the classroom for 14 years. I'll always be an educator, okay? But when I was a public school teacher, I made sure that whatever I taught was relevant to my students. They had to be able to relate to it some kind of way. Strike up some kind of chord to where they'd be like, oh, I kind of understand where you're going with this. Because if it didn't matter to them, then they're not going to learn it. Now, I'm not saying they had, the right to dictate what I taught, but whatever I was mandated to teach, I made sure that I found some kind of way to find a link for each and every last one of my students, so that when I taught it, they would, first of all, give me their attention, and then they could link some kind of experience to it to where they would want to listen more and they would end up learning. That's what pain does for us. It allows us to be in the place where a person is. If you see somebody going through something troublesome, you can go there and you know how to approach it because you can reflect back on how you were feeling. For example, I'm very blessed to still have my mother. And when people lose their parent, I really don't know what to say. And I tell them, I said, I don't know what to say to you because I've never been in your shoes. All I know is that I love you, praying for you. Let me know what I can do and just let me know. And I tell people I'm very awkward when it comes to situations like that. If I can't relate, I don't want to offend them. I don't want to patronize them or anything else like that because people are vulnerable. I know I am, especially in situations like that. So, pain allows us to empathize. And talking about empathy and putting it out there and showing, wearing your heart on your sleeve, I want to give a huge shout out to my girl, Vanessa Williams, Miss Rockabye Baby, Nino Brown's, hood chick. Sorry, Vanessa. But I want to give a shout out to her because she has this one woman show called Feet on the Ceiling. And if that show is any indication of anything she's been through in her lifetime, kudos to you, sister, because it takes so much strength to be able to talk about what most people would consider our skeletons, to use it in a format to help other people look at their life and say, you know what? First of all, somebody's got it worse off than me, so let me first be grateful. Second of all, I can really understand now that I can get through this. That one woman show was phenomenal and really made a whole lot of people reflect. She did it on a college campus, and just the response from the students, they were like, she really said that? Wow. I thought I was the only person. You could hear some of the comments in the audience. They were like, dang, she ain't holding back. See, that's what I'm talking. You know how kids, can get real excited about stuff, but it's good because we're living in an age where, they're pretty much walking around with computers in their back pocket, the phone, and they can have access to anything if they don't have any kind of supervision. Of course, young adults, they have more leeway with that, but I say all of that to say this: you being able to empathize with somebody is so very important to not only them healing, but also you healing, because you see now why you went through the things you went through. Not saying it was right, but if you can go through something excruciating, if you can go through something humiliating, if you can go through something confusing and just so violating and still have breath in your body, oh my goodness, you can talk about it. You can talk about it. And here I am talking about a secret that I've had for almost 40 years. And I'm able to smile and speak with conviction and help the next person to know, honey, whether male or female, if this has happened to you, you are able to use that to strengthen the next person beside you, in front of you, behind you. People are looking at you even when you don't know you're being looked at. So use that inner strength. We're so much stronger than what we give ourselves credit for. I'm having the best time of my life right now, this minute, because I'm able to take something that was horrible in my past and be able to post a video that is going to allow some person, even if it's just one person, because I'm sure there's people, I'm expecting feedback, negative feedback. Oh, what's she doing this for? And all of this stuff like that. Whatever. It's not for them. Hips for Love is not for everybody, okay? But if there's one person who sees this video and they make an immediate or down the line decision that I'm going to be okay, then it's worth it. This video is the bomb, baby, if it does that, okay? Yes, so Talk to Me Tuesday. That is what this is about. Just it is talking about our experiences as it should. Every movie is based on somebody's truth. Every book is based on somebody's truth, whether it's just a little bit of truth or what they heard or experienced or witnessed. There's a little bit of truth in everything. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Mine. Anyway, I encourage you to talk to somebody. Talk to somebody who you trust. I encourage you, and not just about bad things, talk about the good things too. I talked to a few people about the dreams and aspirations that I have. If you look behind me, this is my vision board, my other vision board. And at night, people who know me know that I barely get any sleep because my brain won't slow down. Not voices in my head. Okay, I heard somebody say that, but just ideas popping off. And I'm a writer, so I'll take my cell phone and turn the light on and get to writing on post-it notes, and bam, there it is. Because in the morning I won't remember, like, what was that? I don't know. So that's my vision board. Talk to somebody who you can trust and who will be a support to you, and have a good time with this thing we call life. Have a good time. Trouble is going to find you, so no need to go and look for it. All right? They got you on GPS. Trouble does. But I tell you what, any and every chance you got to smile and giggle and laugh and love, do it. Take it by the collar and shake it up. Be like, I got you. I got you. So you have a wonderful 4th of July. Have a wonderful Independence Day. Today is my 4-year anniversary of going natural. Woo-hoo, all my natural divas. Oh, and I love y'all who still go to the Creamy Cracks, and you too, Walona. Y'all are good with me. I'm not one of those militant, natural people. Oh, let it go. Not that. Okay, to each his own. All I know is I know it works for me. Sexy scalp is back, honey. But have a good time. Hope to see you on Twitter. Follow me at Hips for Love, and that's at HIPS, the number 4, LOVE. Remember, Hips for Love. Respect the sway. Peace.